First, the top news headlines. 78th anniversary of flag hoisting ceremony of Indian National Army commemorated at Moirang. INA Matthias Memorial Complex will be developed as a tourist destination, says Chief Minister N. Biren. Tangkhul Kathamnao Shaklong congratulates N. Biren on his return as Chief Minister for second term, lifts social boycott imposed on government. Churachandpur MLA LM Khaute inspects development works being taken up in and around town. Hello and a very good evening. You're watching the Mami TV English News Bulletin. I'm ALBINA RIAMEI. Chief Minister N. Biren has said the INA Matthias Memorial Complex will be upgraded into a tourist destination. He said this during the 78th anniversary of flag hoisting ceremony of Indian National Army at INA Matthias Memorial Complex, Moirang today. Chief Minister N. Biren, Minister of PWD and Youth Affairs and Sports Govindas Konthaujam, MLA of Moirang AC Thongam Shanti and President of PVSM, AVSM, SM, Akhil Bhartiya Purva Sainik Seva Parishad, Lieutenant General V.K. Chaturvedi, along with MLAs and top civil officials attended the ceremony organized by the Department of Art and Culture. They offered floral tributes to the statue of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Chief Minister Biren hoisted the INA flag at Moirang Kangla. Speaking on the occasion, Biren said the government talked with the people living near the surrounding areas of the advanced headquarters of INA for taking up developmental work to preserve the area and have agreed to give some land for the purpose. He expressed gratitude to the owner of the land on which the headquarters stands for preserving the authenticity of the house for such a long time. The government is taking up steps to build a guest house for the tourists and for researchers to learn more about INA. Regretting that descendants of the 96 martyrs were not able to attend the ceremony, Biren expressed a willingness to invite them to future events.
Japanese na kayo, sa mo yung mga usulong tiwalais. Japanese lahat ng bersama yang dengan mga usulong tiwala akan mo yung memory paksa akan later is yung memory. Ako yung ako yung 96 market show ba ito 96 yung dali. Japan yung may tawag. Ako yung may tawag ni ako makoy gusto ito na almost.
Attending the event, MLA of Moirang ACTH Shanti drew the attention of the Chief Minister to build a cemetery for the martyr soldiers near the INA complex.
Zapal di Mateng Roda, Manipudala, Amari, 1944 da, Catholic Tamalida, Moirang da, Masuungi, Kerala, Yukatamdala, Baraki, 1947 August, Hamdala Yagase, Hayes, Atamarikia,
Cultural programs comprising dance, songs and thangta were presented during the event. Chief Minister, Ministers, MLAs and Chief Secretary inspected the renovation work of INA Advanced Headquarters at Moirang Konzeng Bamlekai. The apex body of Tangkhul community in the state, Tangkhul Kathamnao Shaklong TKS Ukrul, has congratulated Chief Minister N. Biren on his return as the Chief Minister of Manipur for the second term and announced lifting of the social boycott imposed on the state government with immediate effect. In the press communique issued yesterday, Secretary of Public Relations and Informations and Publicity TKS Wong Chui So Hui Keng stated that the office of the TKS through this press communique congratulates Chief Minister N. Biren Singh for the second successive tenure of the governance in the state of Manipur. Wong Wong Chui So Hui Keng further stated that the Saklong hopes the incumbent government would adopt inclusive development policy in all respect with special focus on the long neglected hill areas and hereby revokes the resolution of the TKS taken on December 19, 2001 to impose social boycott on the Chief Minister and the government. It may be recalled that the TKS had decided to impose social boycott on the BJP-led coalition government as its term was coming to an end in the wake of the refusal of the government to convene a special session of the Manipur Legislative Assembly to discuss the Autonomous District Council Amendment Act 2021. MLA of Churachandpur District L.M. Kaute along with his supporters on Wednesday inspected roads being constructed under Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana PMGSY in Churachandpur town and its surrounding areas. The newly elected MLA and his supporters inspected conditions of roads and bridges constructed under PMGSY in the presence of additional DC Kaikopau Ngaite, Executive Engineer PMGSY Thaudam Lotin and staff of PMGSY and Public Works Department PWD. LM Kaute expressed dissatisfaction of ongoing construction of IB Road and stressed the need for maintaining quality. He also instructed officials concerned to accelerate the work for early completion. He then inspected construction of road from Churachandpur headquarters to Tuibong and the present condition of Renkai Bridge as well. Renkai Bridge was constructed many years back and its condition is deteriorating with each passing day. After inspecting the bridge, he apprised PWD officials accompanying him about the need to repair or reconstruct the bridge. PWD officials informed the MLA about the seriousness that the Works Minister is paying on Renkai Bridge and gave instant assurance of constructing the bridge under Critical Infrastructure Funding Scheme. The MLA then instructed PWD officials to finalize work proposal at the earliest. LM Kaute also inspected other projects being taken up under PMGSY funding and informed EE concerned to maintain quality and ensure early completion of projects. Later, LM Kaute met a team of district police and local traders, during which he gave instruction for playing their roles effectively in ensuring peace and peaceful coexistence among various communities in the district. The MLA also instructed traders to play their role in such a way that proper sanitation is maintained in the town while adopting resolution to keep CCTV at certain strategic locations of the town. Chief Minister N. Biren has greeted the people of Manipur, especially their Christian brethren, on the occasion of Good Friday. In his greeting message, the Chief Minister said that the day symbolizes the sacrifices made by Lord Jesus, the crucifixion of Jesus and his resurrection on Easter Sunday are the manifestations of the triumph of good over evil. He appealed to all to stand together to eradicate violence and hatred from the society and dedicate in the service of the weak and downtrodden on the occasion of Good Friday. Textile, Commerce and Industry and Corporation Minister Nemcha Kipgen has conveyed her warm greetings to all the people of Manipur, especially to the Christian brethren on the auspicious occasion of Good Friday 2022. In her greetings, she said the significance of Good Friday is the supreme sacrifice of Jesus Christ for all the sins of mankind. She also urged the people to remember Jesus' message of love, forgiveness, truth and renunciation of violence, passion or vengeance. She wished that this day brings more strength, unity and peace in the society. Water Resources Department and Relief and Disaster Management Department Minister Awangbo Nyumai has also extended Good Friday greetings to the people with a message of inspiration and new hope to follow the path of truth and redemption. A press meet was held at the office of Juri Development Organization JDO regarding the threat by people of the Menglong district that Nungkal, which is in Jiribam district, should be under the jurisdiction of the Menglong district. Speaking at the press meet, Secretary of JDO Priyananda termed it extremely unfortunate that Chief of Khasia village Aming Paushing, residing in Jiribam district, Bidyanagar, Daya of Pangkhotpai village, Moni of Khasia village, along with a team of the Manglong police, came to Nungkhal village and threatened the villagers that if they want to settle at the village, they must use documents issued by Tamenglong District Authority and a village must be renamed as Kedagor. Besides, the team also vandalized newly constructed pillar of a house, he said, demanding the government to take befitting action against the 4 persons involved. Priyananda warned of launching intense agitation if the government fails to translate their demand into action. Chairauba, one of the biggest festivals of Meitei Hindus, is being celebrated across the state with fervor and gaiety. People across the state offered seasonal fruits and vegetables to Laining Thosanamahi, marking the beginning of a new year, and prayed for a healthy and prosperous year. The cooked meals are offered to Lamaba Tumaba, Lamsenba Tusenba, Kumsana Kumliklai at every gate. Later, all the family members gathered together to have the meal. As part of the celebration, people climb hills with the hope to climb ahead in the new year. MLA of Oinam Assembly Constituency, Irengbam Ongbi Nalini, conveyed wishes to the Meitei Hindus residing in Manipur and outside the state on the occasion of Chairauba. Addressing the media during a press meet held at her residence, Irengbam Oinam, MLA Nalini said, this Chairauba, she hopes people from different communities of the state live peacefully, march ahead towards growth.
Chairauba si khenaba leitana aikhoi kanglubi khenaba aduga dharmagi khenaba leitana yamna nungsinana leiraba kanda aikhoi Manipur si sakhotpa amaga sana sinana leminaduna yamna nungsi sanana leminaba ama oiminasi adu oigani haibagi aina thajajabadu thanjabaga loinana Chairauba numit asida mayam punamak nongma panphida lauba laudaba aduga dharma jati khenaba leitana punamakna harau mungai baga loinana sinung sangna panba oiminasi sone bina bisanu haina aina yamge mafamda paujil pijeri.
Well-known film critic of Manipur and member of International Federation of Film Critics India Chapter and Film Critics Circle of India, Meghachandra Kongbam has been selected as a jury member for FCCI International Award for the 8th International Film Festival for Children 2022. The film festival will be held in Delhi from April 24 to 30. A 10-day Meitei Mayek class jointly organized by Meitei Irol Iyek, Loina Silon Apunbal Loop, Milal Kangleipak and Kasar Pana and Manipuri Youth Front of Assam MYFA under the aegis of Directorate of Language, Planning and Implementation, Government of Manipur, has concluded at South Barak Rural Development Agency Hall in Assam, Binakandi yesterday. Chairperson of Manipuri Development Council, Mutum Rina Singha, President of Milal, Yanglem Biren Meitei, President of Milal Kashar Panna, Mutum Babaton Singh, graced the closing event as Chief Guest, President and Guest of Honor respectively. Speaking on the occasion, Chairperson of Manipuri Development Council, Rina Singha, said, despite being well educated, Meitei community does not regret when they do not well versed with their indigenous language.
Akibat hamdana nasi dunia da mina English eba mina French maron German language tammi Italian tammi Meitei huina Meitei isagi mayek ama karagumba ekoi nawya fulogi mayek ama leramba talagasu adusu tamgani karino mayek tambada akai ba leite magi mayek gusto ko hinjangani et mayek sisu ko na hoye sabta ba matsa chalan da ba mayek ama didi ko mayam ne support to
Delivering his speech, Yanglem Biren Meitei expressed the significance of Meitei Mayek on every individual of Meitei community. Certificate and gifts were distributed at the closing event. The exhibition, which kicked off on March 31, organized by Manipur Apex Handloom Weavers and Handicraft Artisans CS Limited at Dilli Haat, Janakpuri in New Delhi, concluded yesterday. Director of Global Meitei Council and CFO Kaisham Sanjeev, Manipur Apex Handloom Weavers and Handicraft Artisans CS Limited, President A. Ronika, Private Secretary of Chief Manager of Dilli Haat, Satish Katoj, graced the event as Chief Guest, President and Guest of Honor respectively. The National Highway number 37 in Jiribam district in front of Jiribam jail is in a deplorable condition. People are facing many inconveniences for a time due to negligence of the road. According to our Jiribam correspondent, the condition of the highway has worsened since the blacktopping along the highway did not maintain quality control. It may be mentioned that police, personnel, social workers and students organizations have been filling the potholes along the highway from time to time. Local residents have appealed to the authorities concerned on this matter. However, it was informed that Manipur Steel Industries India Limited is working as subcontractor under National Highway and Infrastructure Development Corporation NHIDCL. Locals expressed displeasure that for the worsening condition of the highway and appealed to the authorities concerned to repair the road at the earliest. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today bought the first ticket to the Pradhan Mantri Sangrahalaya as he inaugurated a new museum dedicated to 14 former Prime Ministers of the country. Prime Minister Modi has previously bought tickets while riding the metro in various cities. He has always made digital payments. The museum tells the story of past Prime Ministers and how they stir the nation through various challenges, according to officials. While showcasing the journey, it also offers glimpses of India's history, starting from the freedom struggle. The museum features a display on the life and contributions of the country's first Prime Minister, Jawaharlal Nehru, with a number of gifts received by him from all over the world shown for the first time. In a sharp response to U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken's recent comments on the rise in human rights abuses in India, Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar has said people are entitled to have views about India's policies, but at the same time, New Delhi is equally entitled to have views about them. The Foreign Minister, in his first official reaction to the U.S. statements on Wednesday, also appeared to refer to the hate attack on two Sikh men in New York at the joint news conference after the 2+2 dialogue of top U.S. and Indian ministers on Monday. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said the U.S. is monitoring some recent concerning developments in India, including rise in human rights abuses by some government, police and prison officials. One of Russian President Vladimir Putin's closest allies warned NATO today that if Sweden and Finland join the US-led military alliance, then Russia would have to bolster its defenses in the region, including by deploying nuclear weapons. Finland, which shares a 1,300-kilometer border with Russia, and Sweden are mulling whether or not to join the NATO alliance. Finland will make a decision in the next few weeks. Prime Minister Sanna Marin said. Dmitry Medvedev, deputy chairman of Russia's Security Council, said that should Sweden and Finland join NATO, then Russia would have to strengthen its land, naval and air forces in the Baltic Sea to restore military balance. Before we end the bulletin, let's look at the top news headlines once again. 78th anniversary of flag hoisting ceremony of Indian National Army commemorated at Moirang INA Martyrs Memorial Complex will be developed as a tourist destination, says Chief Minister N. Biren. Tangkul Katamnao Shaklong congratulates N. Biren on his return as Chief Minister for second term, lifts social boycott imposed on government. Churachandpur MLA LM Kaute inspects development works being taken up in and around town. With that, it's a wrap for this evening news bulletin. Thank you for joining us. Have a great evening.